tariffs are actually were originally supposed to be imposed by Congress. And again, this is an area where Isandring is going to know more than I. Congress eventually sort of just passed specifically tariffs on to the executive branch and said, okay, the president can issue these. And it was specifically because it was decided that tariffs were needed in particular as a war power. And as the commander-in-chief, it's really the president who should be setting them. And that at a time of war, he can set any tariff against any country he wants, even whether we're at war with them or not. And that's what the executive branch can do. And then they codified an expansion. Isandring, you may know better than I, sort of essentially saying that the president can do it. But since the original Constitution says that all taxation is in the purview of Congress, I'm not sure that they can't roll that back if they want to. What do you think?
Yes, they can force this. It would have to go up to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court's been kind of holding lately that you can't abdicate, duties and responsibilities described by the Constitution. That's kind of the basis for people going after the ATF and the EPA and stuff, saying, hey, you don't have this legislative power. Congress can't grant you that legislative power because they can't abdicate their duties and responsibilities. So yes, they can absolutely come in and say, hey, this is rightfully a power according to the Constitution of the legislative branch. And while the legislative branch had erroneously given this power or authorized this power to be wielded by the president, that's not actually the case. That's not really constitutional, and so we're rescinding that. It's going to force a bit, I hate to say a constitutional crisis because it's not that big of I don't think it quite rises to a real crisis level, but they can really push it into the courts. And I believe that if the court's going to remain at least somewhat consistent in their interpretations of these things, they're going to have to agree that Congress didn't really have the authority to grant the president authority to manage and impose tariffs. That was something that had to be done by Congress. So if they want to push it, they can. It's going to take a long time. And in the meantime, unless they can get a judge to put an injunction in place stopping Trump from imposing tariffs, it's going to take a while to work through all of that.